Old Grognard says, let's learn how the Pickpockets thieving skill works in 2nd edition AD&D. Pickpockets is one of 8 special skills associated with the Thief class, which are referred to as thieving skills. Here's a quick overview of thieving skills for those that aren't familiar with how they work. Thieving skills differ from non-weapon proficiencies in that they are represented by a percentage chance of success instead of a d20 roll. When using them, a percentile roll equal to or less than the skill percentage is a success, with a roll that is higher being a failure. No skill can be higher than 95%, regardless of bonuses, or in other words, a roll of 96 to 100 is always a failure. With that brief introduction out of the way, let's move on to pickpockets. Pickpockets is one of the thieving skills that both the Thief and Bard classes have access to. When making a first level character, the Thief starts with 15% in this skill, and the Bard begins with 10%. This is further modified by the character's race, dexterity, and what armor they are wearing. The tables for these modifiers are on page 39 of the PHB. The tables don't have modifiers listed for armor heavier than studded leather. If you have a character attempt to pick pockets and armor that is heavier than that, you really have 3 options. One is that you can say they automatically fail. Another is that you can use the armor table in the Complete Thieves Handbook if you have access to it. The last is that you can just come up with your own solution. Mine is that I just give a penalty of 10% per point of AC the armor provides. This works even if the characters have piecemeal armor that isn't on any of the tables, so that's why I use it. In addition to these modifiers, the player also gets additional points to add to thieving skills at first level to customize their character, and more as they gain levels. The rules for how this works can be found in the class descriptions. So how does pickpockets actually work in play? On page 39 of the PHB, it says that this skill is used when filching small items from other people's pockets, sleeves, girdles, packs, etc. It is also used to palm small items, such as keys, and perform simple acts of sleight of hand. A failed attempt does not necessarily mean that the character was caught. To figure out if a character is caught while picking pockets, subtract 3 times the target's level from 100. If the pickpockets roll is equal to this or more, the character is caught. For example, if a thief is trying to pickpocket a 6th level character, we multiply the target's level, 6, times 3 to get 18. We then subtract that from 100 to get 82. So in this case, a roll of 82 or higher means the pickpocket is caught. Note that this has nothing to do with the character's pickpocket skill. For example, if the pickpocket has a skill of 50, the possible outcomes of the percentile roll would look like this: success and not caught, fail and not get caught, and fail and get caught. If their skill is 95, then the outcomes would look like this: below an 82, we're successful and don't get caught. Here we're successful but get caught, and 96 through 100 we fail and get caught. There's an optional rule that if the thief or bard is higher level than their target, the get caught number is raised by 1 for every level higher the pickpocket is above their target. So in our example from earlier, if the thief or bard was 10th level, they would be 4 levels higher than their target at 6th level, and therefore the get caught number would go up by 4 and now be 86. The get caught rule might sound complicated, but keep in mind that most of the time the pickpocket's target will be 0 level. In that case, of a 0 level target that is, 3 times 0 is 0, and 0 subtracted from 100 is 100, so the pickpocket will only get caught on a roll of 100. There's no limit to how many times a character can attempt to pickpocket, but keep in mind that with each attempt, while a chance to succeed, there's also a chance at getting caught. That about covers the pickpockets thieving skill in 2nd edition AD&D. So how I would use this in a game that uses the 5e SRD is that I would use this as inspiration to figure out multiple fail and success states, rather than a binary fail and get caught or succeed and not get caught. For those interested in Pickpocket's game mechanics, I'm going to do a video sometime soon that covers how the D6 Star Wars RPG handles the Pickpocket skill. Since that game has a similar task difficulty range to 5e, their method might be more applicable. Thanks for watching. Jimbo the Wizard, who seems to be having some trouble with his stuff disappearing, and I would like to wish you a wonderful rest of your day.